Hi, you don't know me, but you will very soon. I wrote a book. In it, I solved 3 problems that a century of the greatest scientific minds couldn't. I also show the loopholes, mistakes, and the information the most brilliant experts missed. This allows me to quote Eddie Murphy in one of the greatest cinematic lines of the 20th century when he said,
"There's a new sheriff in town. And his name is Reggie Hammond."
Here's how it all started. I set out to find the mistakes in the asinine calorie model of metabolism that science has been passing off as truth for the last 100 years. It's from the 19th century and has a 97% failure rate. Is it any wonder why diets don't work? Why 70% of our population is overweight, 40% are obese, and we're number 1 in the world in childhood obesity? It took me over 2 decades to find the mistakes, but I also created a new 21st century model of metabolism to replace it. I couldn't do this without completing what Albert Einstein started over a century ago, unification. And I couldn't solve the problem of unification without going to God, going through God, and proving God incontrovertibly. No, this is not a joke. The 2 problems of metabolism and unification take God out of the theoretical and theological realms and puts God squarely into the arena of modern science and cold, hard facts. Had any of the brilliant minds of modern science ever come within light years of solving these 2 problems, they would have already found this out and answered the question of God decades ago. To publicize the March launch of my book that solves the 3 problems of metabolism, unification, and God, I've made 35 short videos. On February 18th, they'll be available on my Science Sheriff YouTube channel, and I'll start dropping 1 a day. Some of the highlights in these videos are exposing science's dirty little secret, correcting some big mistakes in the weight loss and diet and fitness industry. You won't want to miss that. I simplify the process of unification, which has become so unnecessarily convoluted. And in video 5, with a brilliant quote from Deepak Chopra, I correct the mistake in string theory. I also correct some egregious mistakes from 2 of our greatest scientific minds, Richard Dawkins and Neil deGrasse Tyson. You see, I've appointed myself the new sheriff in Science Town, and with the release of my book, I'm going to start a scientific revolution that'll move us from the age of eloquent ignorance and articulate arrogance into the age of the one truth. I'll also start solving other problems that should have been solved decades ago. Again, all the videos will be available on my Science Sheriff YouTube channel, and you can follow me at Science Sheriff on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. As the 21st century prophet Alicia Moore has so eloquently stated, let's get this party started.